Hi, I'm Derek Creval, founder of Vehicle Graphics Academy and author of Vehicle Graphics Campaign Strategies. How you clean and care for your vehicle will make a huge difference in the life expectancy of your graphics and how it looks over time. The first thing you want to do is avoid any abrasive type car washes. These are washes where you have the brushes, the soft cloth car washes, or anything with a brush or a bristle that stands a chance of rubbing against the vinyl, and typically it's going to scratch the laminate, or in many cases it'll actually start to get into areas and actually peel back the vinyl. It can typically get into cracks and crevices and start to potentially lift up areas of the graphics that were applied, especially on rubber and certain areas. The other one you need to address and be aware of is high pressure car washes. These washes typically use a very harsh chemical, and these chemicals can damage your paint, but it also can wreak havoc on your graphics. Even though it's laminated, in some cases it can impact the adhesion on the vehicle. So you want to stay away from those high pressure, very harsh chemical type car washes. Your best bet is actually to use a coin car wash. It gives you the ability to control the spray. You use a cloth, you can stand back a little bit and be a little bit more gentle on the spray. Typically you want to avoid getting high pressure water into areas where it's going to bounce back and start to rip graphics apart in grooves and crevices. So you want to take care is the main thing. You want to make sure nothing is starting to lift your graphics and prematurely start to peel it off of the vehicle. Now, those were the 7 most popular questions I get on a daily basis, but I have a question for you. If you're focused on generating results, if you're serious about creating results with your vehicle graphics, do you think those are the 7 questions that you should be asking? Do you think those are the most important questions that you need to be addressing? Now, I think here's some of the questions you should be asking. Your questions should be more about marketing. You should be asking, how can you help me to use the vehicle graphics to achieve the results I desire? You should be asking your vehicle graphics company or your designer those questions. That's how you should actually choose a vehicle graphics company. Because remember, this is a resource that's going to help you generate revenue. This is about return on investment. So you want to ask the questions that's going to allow you to make those decisions. Now I want to talk to you a little bit more about marketing. And I want to start it off by talking about branding versus campaigning. Now most of the vehicle graphics I see on the road, I fall into what I call the branding category. That means that the content, the information on the vehicles are targeted with the assumption that most people will see the graphics, see the message, see what they're offering, and basically pick up the phone, call them, or go to their website. Now the reality, this just doesn't happen. Because if you understand marketing, you know that at any given time, only about 3% of the people that you're targeting or exposed to your information are actually ready to buy from you. Now that's only 3%, and that's just a marketing phenomenon. So my question is, does it make sense to target those 3%? What about the other 97% of the people? I think the 97% is the key to success. Now obviously you want to make sure you capitalize on the 3%, but realistically you want to really focus your message towards that 97%. Here's why. It takes about 6 to 7 times before people who see your message will actually start to take it seriously, where it's being reinforced. This is just a common marketing concept. You see it a lot online. Most companies do that. Most people understand that. It really requires repeat communication to actually get your message heard or understood or registered with your potential client or customer. So you want to keep this in mind when you're deciding about vehicle graphics. You want to do what's called campaigning. So your message, your content, the information that you have on the vehicle should be in a form that's called campaigning. What it means is that you need to reinforce this over and over. Vehicle graphics success is based on the understanding that people in your local area or the area that they're going to see the vehicle will see it multiple times. We'll see it over and over again. And so knowing that, you want to make sure that the content, the message, your communication becomes almost subliminal. It becomes something that you're going to start to develop over time. They're going to start to look at you for that solution over time. They may not buy from you initially, but what they're going to do is if a friend asks or when they start thinking about it, some reason they'll think of you because they've seen it over and over again. And that doesn't mean seeing the graphic. It means the message that you've communicated, something in that message or the way you've done it registers with them. They say, you know what, that's the company I want to do business with. They may not remember your URL right away, but they'll remember you as they see the vehicle over and over again. They may even refer a friend, or they'll at least take mental note of where you are or where you're located. So it is possible to build a relationship with potential clients over time. And the key to that is the 97% of people. You want to make sure that your graphic is tailored and targeted to them, not just the 3%. I hope this is clear. Now, my background is sales and marketing. So one of the most important aspects of marketing is really the flexibility to change marketing, to monitor and change. This is very, very critical in any type of marketing. You want to test, you want to evaluate the results, and then you want to change it, tweak it, refine it. Sometimes very, very subtle, simple changes in marketing can have a huge difference. So having said that, does it make sense to put the same graphic on your vehicle, leave it, and not touch it for 3 to 5 years? Realistically, this is what happens with most vehicle graphics. And the reason it happens is because people simply don't understand the marketing, or they don't understand that it's possible to actually modify, change, tweak, refine your graphics on your vehicle without having to change the entire graphics. The key to that though is you need to communicate that with whoever is working on your design up front. You need to say, look, I want to have the ability to actually tweak, add content, refine, change certain content, offer different promotions on specific areas of the vehicle. It's very easy to do, but it needs to be done in the initial design where they make provisions for that. There's lots of easy ways to do it. I hope I was able to help you address some of your basic questions, and by doing so I hope I also get you to start thinking of vehicle graphics more as a marketing campaign. Now as you drive around, start to look at vehicle graphics, look at what you think works on vehicle, what doesn't work. That will help. And optimistically you'll be able to talk to your vehicle graphics company or your designer, and you'll be able to discuss what your objectives are and help to guide them through that process. Now I am going to be covering some additional, more advanced topics in upcoming videos. I want to talk a lot about the design. I'm also going to cover off some of the misconceptions about vehicle graphics and some of the things that you hear about in the industry. I'm a strong believer that most of the vehicle graphics you currently see on the road is very ineffective because they're not designed by marketers. So once you have a chance to go through some of the upcoming videos, you'll be in a much better position to start to discuss your vehicle graphics and ultimately achieve the success you need. Go ahead and put your name and email address below. We'll send you additional videos if you find value in them. Please comment also. I'll be reviewing some of the comments and I'll go back and try and address some of those in upcoming videos. But until then, best of luck with your vehicle graphics.